Hi, family. So today's question: do you identify yourself by your previous pain? Because if you do, you're dooming your future to feel that same pain. Quite often in life, and people in the coaching profession, or I talk with my psychologist friends and people that are ministers, and you hear people say things all the time like, yeah, but you don't know what I've been through. Well, guess what? There are billions of people on the planet. If you think you got it worse than the rest of the billions of the people on the planet, I guarantee you, you are wrong. And even if you are right, only person that you are hurting by claiming that prize and wearing that cloak of pain and misery from all the things that happened to you is yourself. And I don't say that without compassion. I'm doing sometimes when somebody's hysterical, you got to slap them in the face to get them to stop. And often people say to somebody saying something positive about being happy, their response is, yeah, but you don't know what I've been through. Well, guess what? I'm going to give you an example. A guy is standing out in the street in a cul-de-sac, and he's got his family huddled around him while he watches his house being the flames put out when there's not much left of it. His family's survived, his pets survived, they just lost their belongings. Everybody stands around as adults and says, oh, Bob, oh, man, poor guy, poor Bob, poor Bob. You know, they feel compassion for him, which is a good thing, by the way. But anyhow, that's one. Now, juxtaposition another situation. A three-year-old little girl loses her doll, and she lost it at the park, and they're at home, and they know that they're not going to find it again. So she's crying and crying, and her parents are getting tired of it, and they look at her and go, would you stop crying? It's just a doll. We'll get you another one. Wow. Bob's going to get another house, but nobody tells him that. But to that little girl, they think, how silly, because it's small and trivial. But guess what? To that little girl, that's the biggest loss that she has encountered in her big, long 3 years of life. So her pain is no less relevant, greater, or less than the pain of Bob who lost his house. They're both as lost things. Now, what we ascribe to those things, oh, but the memories and the irreplaceable objects and everything else. Well, to that little girl, she had memories with that little doll. It's relative. That's the greatest pain she ever felt. That's the greatest physical loss Bob ever felt. One is not greater than the other, only in our minds and our perception. So remember that. And I'm not saying you can just wake up and get over your pain like that, but at least do something about it instead of living in it like it's some kind of protective bubble or identity that you have. And I'm sorry to sound so tough about this, but I see a lot of people who spend a very long life of misery because they are identifying themselves with their past pain, and therefore they are dooming their future to still live that pain. So get help if you feel like that. Get a coach, go to a psychologist, go see a minister, do whatever you got to do. But man, stop, because you are just hurting yourself. So with that, and by the way, we've all experienced the pain. Anyway, if we're not friends on Facebook already, send me friend requests. I accept them all. And if we are friends and this didn't make you too mad, then send me a friend request. Then share it. Because there are people out there in the world who do need to get messages that we have to share because they are in pain. So with that, 3 things. I love you. I love you. And by making a video like this, trust me, it's coming from love. And last but not least, I love you. Have an incredibly blessed day.